Alright guys, so we're going to be doing a session in the LTG today. It's been a long time since I've played this vehicle and really any tier 8 light tank. A while back, I'm talking months and months ago, I did end up 3-marking this tank. I had a really good run with it, and looks like we dropped down to a little under 93% now, or this could just be the mark adjusting. I honestly want to say the last time I played this vehicle was when I 3-marked it. So it's been a long time. I do like to come and play the T71 DA and the 1375, but these tanks are kind of different. The LTG is more of a standard light tank, I want to say, a tier 7, because these two have clips. And, you know, the autoloaders are just, they have a different playstyle, right? You can dive in and dive out of places, and you can almost use your gun as a defensive tool, right? Because people aren't going to want to YOLO into you if you have a full clip loaded or a full magazine. So this is why I say the LTG plays like more of a standard light tank, right? The thing actually has some turret armor. The only thing I don't like about this tank is the gun is kind of inaccurate. 0.34 dispersion is not bad, but I'm telling you, this thing, especially when you're on the move, I mean, the reticle looks like a hot air balloon. I'm telling you guys, like it's like impossible to hit crap on the move. But other than that, the one thing that surprised me actually with this vehicle when I first got to playing it was how good the concealment was, considering that this thing is not super small, but it is really low to the ground. You see how like low the hole is? In fact, I would argue it's even lower than the LT432. So I'm just going to quickly change to that one and let's see, out of curiosity. Yeah, it's way lower actually. So I think that's where the high concealment value comes from, is because this thing is so gosh darn low to the ground. The turret is kind of fat, but yeah, it's pretty easy to sneak in bushes, provided they're wide enough, right, with LTG. So you are getting 48.17% concealment. That's with low noise exhaust, vents, and optics. That's how I have it set up. Optics in the scouting slot, vent purge, and then my second loadout here is just V-stab and the improved aiming, and then I run the vents in the scouting slot. And that still gets me 416 view range, which isn't awful. The LTG doesn't have a lot of view range, actually, and we're still getting well over 40% concealment. So that's how I run it if I'm going to get a city map or like Abbey or, you know, whatever. And then I run it like this when I'm trying to scout. So that's about it, guys, for the intro. We are working on Brothers in Arms, it looks like, with this vehicle. And then we have concealment, snapshot, you know, smooth ride, and situational awareness, recon, etc. And that's about it. Nothing more to note. But yeah, I really want to give you guys like a standard gameplay for a light tank, right? Because a lot of times I will give you sessions or bring to you sessions where I'm playing in tier 8s or like a tier 6. I really want to do tier 7, and I don't want it to be in the T71 DA, the 1375, because these are my favorite tier 7 tanks. I would get the 1357 if it was available. I love that tank as well. But if I'm going to do a session, it's usually in one of those. I really want to play this vehicle for you guys, and we'll see what we can do with it. So it looks like we're going to be on Live Oaks. I feel like I keep getting Live Oaks, Abbey. There's a couple other maps that have been in rotation, like Sand River. I got like 3 times last night. Like, I feel like someone once told me that there is a cycle of like 5 or 6 maps that goes on for a couple hours and then it changes. I don't know if that's true or not. I just find that I tend to get a lot of the same maps over a long period of time, right? Like Sand River seems to be really popular. Live Oaks, for whatever reason, seems to be really popular, and even Malinovka I've gotten a bit, but Prokhorovka I've gotten twice, like in the last maybe 150 battles. Like I don't seem to get a lot of Prokhorovka. I wish I got it more, but I don't. Okay, I'm lit here. I probably shouldn't have taken this shot, but I did. I kind of wanted to start off with some damage, but I'm going to sit right at the very back of this building here. This is how you have to do it so you don't get hit by anybody. And then I'm going to hold my shot for a while, because as people come in here, okay, there's the DA. As people come in here, right, you don't want to get hit by these people that are coming in through here. That's why I'm holding my shot now. Let me spot the 12T. And see, you can sit here and spot the entire city, right, guys? No CVS. This is just view range, right? I mean, how much view range do we have? 467, I believe it was. It doesn't take much. Heavies don't have like any concealment. And we're spotting the Hellcat here, looks like. So let's see if someone can get a shot into him. And we're going to decide what we want to do in a moment here, because it doesn't look like our team is... I don't like the deployment of our team, man. I feel like this is not very good. I feel like we're going to get outplayed here. That's just my prediction. I think we've spotted well already just by sitting in the bush. I haven't done anything else. And we're not getting blind fired, which is also good. One thing to note about the LTG as well, guys, is the gun depression. But that's like every Russian tank. But just be really careful with the gun depression. 12T is here. We're actually out spotting him. Just making sure my freaking butt isn't sticking out of the bush. What is the pen on the HEs? 44. I think that's the same as most lights. And then the damage per shot's actually 180, which is pretty good for tier 7, right? Spotting the VK there as well. And then the pen, I'm sorry, did I say pen? I meant damage. And then pen is 194, which 194 at tier 7 is actually pretty good, I find. So you shouldn't have any problems with the gun other than its accuracy, right? I think the pen is good. You know, the APCRs are great. Almost 1200 shell velocity, so that's fine. Is anyone going to shoot this guy? I'm going to take a shot at this guy and start running away. It's a good thing we didn't get spotted, but I was prepared to get spotted there. And now what we have to do is kind of defend the base at this point. I'm going to switch to APCRs because there's heavies over here, and I'm just going to try and start picking off these guys from... I'm going to do it around the corner here. Like this. So I have some hard cover. Interesting, I didn't get a silhouette there. Okay, I think I want to actually run away from here before the 1375 lights me, and I want to get up to these bushes here. And from these bushes, you can actually poke this. Okay, T-150 is there. I probably lit him. Okay, I'm thinking of going like right here. Just poke this. This is the problem you start running into, is the gun depression. Like, this is as far down as it'll go, so... Is a 1375 spotting me through the bushes there? We've lost the east too. So yeah, this is pretty much a GG. Now at this point, we just have to do as much damage as possible. Hopefully I can get like at least 2 more shots off. There's 1375, we miss. And yeah, that's pretty standard with this. Like, I'm not mad when I miss shots with this tank because I just feel like the gun is really bad. So that one went in, it looks like. LTG, why play? Apparently the T-25 is not very happy with how we played this game. I'm not sure what else he's expecting us to do here. Just trying to hug this guy. I don't... What is... Glad that scout was hiding him back, not scouting. Yeah. See, this is like... Most players, guys, do not understand how light tanks are supposed to be played. You know, he's... an orange player by XVM, which means, in my opinion, he's about an average player, and you don't let these people bother you, man. Like, truly, guys. Like, we did all the spotting we could have there. We were pretty passive, yeah, but we were sitting in the bush, and we spotted a lot of people. We had 7 spots. We only did 450 assist damage, but the T-25 is thinking I'm supposed to run all these ridge lines as the team is already dying and running to the pack. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not always on the light tank. There has to be people poking ridge lines and actually using their gun and doing damage. That's how you're going to eliminate the enemy team, right? And my team just, we didn't play well there. Like, everyone got outplayed. We got outplayed in the city. We got outplayed in the east. It has nothing to do with the light tank, dude. I did all the spotting I could do, given the situation, right? In my opinion. Maybe someone else could see otherwise, but I don't, and we did 1238 damage, even though I missed that one shot when we were right next to the 1375 at the end. I feel like I should have hit. But we come out second by damage, and what is it by experience? Top by experience. So when people do this to you, and this happens to me, Steel Guts, like all kinds of streamers and stuff, people do this like, if I had to take a guess, like every 3 or 4 games I get into, people are shitting on you in the chat. So just ignore it, guys. Sometimes I get really annoyed by it, and I like to type something back, but it's like, you're not solving anything by, getting into a argument with these people. The other day, actually, I think it was yesterday, there was a guy trying to tell me how to play on Prokhorovka, and per his request, I was being even more aggressive than I normally am, and there was a bulldog making active scout runs, right? And he ended up spotting me, and I lost about half my HP. And if I didn't do that, I probably would have been okay when I went to the E1 bush area. And when I went to the E1 bush area, I took a blind shot, and that was it, and I died. So I did like 2,600 spotting, but I was in the Hawk 30, and this guy wanted me to run down the bush line, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't work like that. Like, you can use the bush line if you're in these passive scouting vehicles. The Hawk 30 is a really tall, fat tank, so it's tough to do that. So I made the active scout runs, and then I went to the E1 bush, and then when I got shot and I died, it's like everyone's shitting on you in the chat. This is the worst player ever. I can't wait to stat check the Hawk 30. It's like, these people are just so... I don't know what it is with this community, but most people that talk in the chat are just very, very toxic. So I would really just urge you guys to ignore it. I mean, sometimes people will say helpful things, but it's very rare. And then the guy messaged me after the game. He was playing in a 140, and he pushed in with the 140, and it was a tier 10 match, right? And he kept pushing in, and then there was a wheelie, one of those new medium wheeled vehicles that spotted him on like an active scout run, and he got slaughtered. And he keeps trying to message me in the chat, and I just typed in the chat like, dude, how did that work for you, man? I'm like, if you're so eager to spot, using the bush line, then go do it yourself, man. But I'm fine making these, passive scout runs or active scout runs and sitting in the E1 bush and having some patience, right? And he ended up getting slaughtered, and then his excuse is like, I'm not a light tank. And I'm like, in a way I understand, man, because he was a pretty good player, like, use the bush line. But I'm telling you guys, like, trust me, I've played on Prokhorovka hundreds and hundreds of times, and the reality is you're not safe in the bush line. I played a game today where I got outspotted by, like, TD with Binox in the back, because I was in the Hawk 30 again, going through the bushes, and he got me. The view range came over the bushes because there was a little gap, and my turret stuck out, and I got spotted. So it's not as easy as you'd think. And in even 90, yeah, you can make it work. You can definitely make it work. Let's see what this Tiger's doing. But I think a lot of people just think it's like so easy, and it's really not, guys. If you're in the even 90, yeah, it can kind of feel like a cheat code, but trying to play with these bigger vehicles, I mean, there are going to be this SU, man. It's very aggressive. There are going to be people that think it's being in the bushes is like a cheat code, right? Like, you'll never get spotted or something. And the reality is, it's just not the case, guys. So hopefully you understand my rant, but this is what I've dealt with yesterday and today. Just people all the time trying to tell you how to play. And again, I don't claim to be a Unicum. I'm not one of the greatest players ever to play this game, right? So yeah, in a way, some people might know more than me. But the guy's trying to message me after the game like, dude, you have such good stats. I don't know why you're disagreeing with me. Like, why are you disagreeing with me that it's a bad thing to run down the bush line? And I'm like, I'm not really disagreeing with that. I'm just saying you can't really do it in this vehicle. Where is my support? Question mark. Like, what is going on here, man? It's a very aggressive play by the Ferdy. I'm dead. Ooh, nice. You missed. It's kind of lucky. What's going on behind me? I'm trying to see on the map. Tiger's still there. Yeah, hopefully you guys understand this rant. Like, I've been playing this game a really long time, man, and I get this. Sometimes it feels like every other game you're getting people that are just calling you bad at the game, man, and, you know, maybe you have a bad game here or there, but just don't get discouraged, guys. Like, my channel is about trying to teach you guys light tank stuff, but it's also about, like, not being afraid to take your lights out, right, in the first place. Because a lot of people are scared to death to play light tanks because they don't want to be insulted by, you know, better players or even by average players. And they're afraid that they'll play them wrong and not be effective for their team. And you can't be like that, man. Don't be, like, scared, you know? Don't be scared to play a tank, guys. Just do your best. It's a video game, man. Like, don't worry about what other people are going to say to you. I just feel like we're getting absolutely swarmed here, man. I only have half my HP left. Tiger might back up enough to give me a shot. Don't hit me. Whew. Guy definitely could have shot me, man. Do we YOLO the Tiger in this situation? Like, I'm kind of... There's just too many people on this side of the map, man. I'm going to try and poke this and see. Spot anybody here? Okay, there's the G-Sword. I'm tracked. Okay, I bounced him. 1254 damage. We actually did 2100 spotting, even though I wasn't even noticing we were doing any spotting. But I don't think that's bad. Meanwhile, you know, talking about this Prokhorovka game for half of the video, guys. Or half the game. But, yeah, man, I don't think we did that bad there. I don't. Given the circumstances, I don't think we did that bad. I don't know, I wasn't really watching the map on the other side, but it just felt like we were being swarmed the entire game, and I don't think we ever really recovered. I think just a lot of passive players. I know these three guys are sitting in the back. Maybe the T-30 could have went to mid, and it might have been a different story for mid at least, because, I mean, we're talking a tier 9 tank destroyer, like aggressive tank destroyer in a tier 7, 8, 9 game. So this guy, in my opinion, I'm not saying it's all his fault, but if he went to the city, it might have been a different outcome with the 750 alpha gun, if he has that. But I'm not too sure. Just never know, right? But I think they were the better team again here. Give me one moment, guys. I'm going to go and I put a drink in the freezer, so... Very unprofessional video today, guys. I feel like I'm streaming again, taking breaks, but you guys can always skip ahead, you know that, on YouTube. Yeah, man, this session just isn't going great so far. I think we've played okay, though. The mark, I guess, about stayed where it was, maybe? It wasn't like 92 something, but I think it had to adjust, so we went up 0.5%. This guy's kind of like really out in the open, man. If I were him, I'd be probably like in here. I really like this location, guys, if you knock down some of these trees. But the problem is we don't have this side of the map either, so... But if you sit right here, I think it gives you a really good angle, like going out like this. But as a light tank, maybe I don't know everything, because sitting here, I usually just like to sit here because you can actually spot the base too. And like people coming in. I just feel like it's kind of one of those best of both worlds spots. So, yeah, that we actually didn't do bad at all. I'm thinking like this is a tier 7 tank. So to do, what do we do, like 3,400 combined? That's actually really good for tier 7. I've been playing a lot of tier 8 and 9, so my, expectations, I'm thinking of it like it should be even higher. But kind of wish we didn't die so early in this game, because you guys know I don't like to cut content, but I'd rather just sit here and watch the entire outcome of the game, even if you guys skip it. But if you don't skip it, for the couple people that don't skip it, I can talk through what I'm seeing, and ultimately the biggest thing I'm seeing here is we were just way too passive and they were really aggressive and we got swarmed. And I think they just have better players in the city and stuff, man. And it was the same thing on Live Oaks, right, guys? So when you have these games, you can't just think it's your fault all the time. Again, some of the best players in World of Tanks only have like in the 60s in terms of win rates. 60% percentile, not really percentile, but that's what they hold. 64, 65, maybe 66% win rate if they're really, really, really good. Mine's like 57-ish percent, but you cannot win them all, not even close, right? So by percentages, most like really good players can't do much better than around a 60% win rate, 62, 63, I think the highest I've ever seen is like a 64% win rate when I'm looking at people's stats in the game. All right. So again, top by experience, we were, looks like, 5th by damage here. Not bad. I mean, not bad at all. So far, 1246 damage and 1285 assist. Let's play one more, guys. I know that was a pretty long one. I'll see what we can get into. Maybe we can get a proc game or something. That'd be nice. Okay, Cliff. And it's a north spawn. I don't like Cliff, generally speaking, but I really don't like Cliff from the north spawn, because the south spawn has my little corner in G4 or G3, whatever it is, over here. Actually, it's like the corner of G2. Whatever, man. Sometimes it's really hard to look at this map in terms of sectors, but from the north, you don't have shit, man. From the south, at least you have that, but it's like, what the heck do you even do? I will show you guys the way I normally play it, though. Seeing what they have. They have a 1375. I think that's the only light tank, right? No, there's 2 more, but they're low tier. They have a 12T and an MT25. We have a T52 and a T37. Okay. I'm so used to doing this because I played the even so much on this map that I don't like to hit the walls because it kills your speed. If you guys didn't know that, if you play a really light tank, like a light tank, it's really slow when you hit objects. So even this little fence, if you hit it in the even 90, it slows you down. It's quick tips for you guys, man. Don't hit anything when you're in the even 90 or a really, really small tank. Should have just taken that shot. It's fine. This gun, man. Really just not a fan of this gun. Like most tanks, that shot probably would have been a hit. Look at this guy already. See this guy on the map? I'm gonna come up like this. Actually getting some spotting damage on him, I think, or was that on the AMX? Couldn't tell. The 1375. I don't know, it's hard to pay attention to so many things at once. Yeah. Dude, what is with these teams, man? Look at the west of this map. Like, all our players are just camping on the west side of the map. This is not going to be a win. I'm not going to be a toxic player, though. I'm not going to tell everybody to play better. I'm just going to accept that we're going to lose this game, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what do you have? 6 people over there, and a couple people have already died. It's basically half the team at this point is sitting over on the west. Okay, beautiful. Good job by Arda. Where did this 1375 go? Okay, it's over there. Ooh, I'm lit here. By what, Achilles, maybe? I wish I had a shot on this guy, but I don't. Where I am. Yeah, he's spotting me, though. He doesn't even know I'm here. I don't think this guy's even aware that I'm here. He is now. Okay, I should beat his reload, I think. Okay, this is a problem. Can I get out of here without being hit by anybody else? I can't, actually. How are we sort of winning this game? That's the real question, man. And how do we get more out of this, guys? 387 damage, 831 assist. Can we maybe play the donut? Can we play the donut, and will I get hit by the FSV when I'm coming out like this? Challenge this guy. There's the Hori. That was a really, really dumb, aggressive play by the Hori. That could change things big time. I can't believe we're actually winning this game, guys. This is like... I think what happened here is the enemy team just didn't take advantage of us putting like a third of the team from the start on the 1-2 line. Now we have easy shots at this guy. Not for the LTG, but for most tanks. Okay, brilliant and beautiful and lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's poke this. Can I spot anything from here? Okay, the Arta in the back. This is going to be risky, but I'm just going to take this shot. You gotta be careful of the TD hill in the back. Like right here. That's what I'm being very mindful of. Because Super Hellcat's probably sitting there. It's actually just, I think the Super Hellcat probably sitting back there at this point. There's no one else alive. Okay. Can we get to like right here maybe? Trying to get an angle on these guys without running all the way through, but okay. I want to say Hellcat is here. It's very likely. So I'm waiting for this shot. There he is. So just kind of watching the Scorpion as he's approaching, so I know that the Hellcat's going to get lit soon. If he was sitting there, now he's going to go all the way down like that. Alright, at this point, I'm going to come down and flank the Pollock, I think. Hellcat will have shots of me, but I don't know if he's going to spot me from here. There's the Sioux. Does this guy turn at me? Yes, he does. Okay. That should give somebody else shots. Is he going to drive towards me? Okay, already sitting me. Pollock is actually here. Thought he was a little further back. I think this means I am dead. Also, my turret is busted. Yeah, I think I'm dead here. That's alright. He has to expose himself quite a bit to take these shots, so... Does Artie clean me up here? Hummel? Okay, he tried. See if I can get a shot at this Su-100 with my turret busted. Okay. I have no repair. Okay, there we go. I think I'll load an AG for the Hummel. He's right back here. So, that wasn't textbook, but it kind of worked. I mean, wasn't expecting to lose my turret, and also the Pollock. Maybe I just didn't look at the map correctly, because I thought the Pollock was sitting like a little further up, so I didn't think he was going to be on that rock, but he was. So, but he had to expose himself, right? To I ram this guy. Beautiful. That's eye for an eye for both of us. I'll take it. But yeah, I thought he was up a little further. Maybe I just looked at it wrong. But what are we at on this session? 30 minutes. Yeah, I think we'll end it on this one. I really like these cups, man. My sister has some of these like silicone cups, and you can like squeeze them like this. It's very good for like sipping on cold drinks, man. I don't know, really like them. So that's it, guys. Kind of a very unprofessional session, but this is, I've been doing this for years, guys. I don't really care anymore about the videos. As long as you guys are learning and enjoying, I'm very casual when I do the session videos. So that's it. 3 games in the LTG. Second game was kind of long. I think we did everything we needed to on the last one as well on Cliff. So we ended with, looks like we only won the last game, so that's a 33.33, etc. win rate. We won just one of the 3, and 1246 damage, 1310 assistance. This was a 52, almost a 5300 WTR, and yeah, 1.42 was our ratio for damage caused received. That's always good. And that's it, guys. I mean, I can do a quick calculation of what this is combined. It's probably almost 2600 and some change. Let's see. Calculate this. 1246 plus 1310 is 2556 combined. That's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned a thing or two. Hope it's helpful. I know we didn't really get any crazy spotting maps. The first map was actually decent. Like, I don't think Live Oaks is bad. It's just our team folded really, really quickly. And then what is the second map we got? I forget, the snow map. Sometimes that map's good, sometimes it's bad. The third one, yeah, man, like Cliff is not really a spotting map. But what you have to do is just put your gun in the right places. This thing does 180 damage a shot at tier 7. Use that to your advantage, guys. And you will come out on top. I promise you. Maybe 55, 60% of the time, right? Again, talking about the win rates. But yeah, that's it. Let me just see, out of curiosity. I have a, where is it? 56.55% victory rate. So whenever you lose, don't get discouraged, guys. You know, again, I don't call myself a unicum, but I'd like to think that I'm a decent player. And even for me, 56% win rate, like, I lose a lot of games, right? I'll catch you guys for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.